Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. For this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this ring. I was experimenting with different size beads to see if you can use different sizes and shapes to make this ring, and you can. I first made this one. This one uses 4mm faceted metal beads. If you have 4mm faceted check glass beads, those would be awesome for this, but I only had 23, so I was missing just one bead so I could make this ring. So anyways, these are 4mm rounds, and if you're going to use 4mm rounds, when you go to do the decorative edging, you'll have to pick up 3 11OC beads, a 6OC bead, and then 3 11s, and do that the whole outer edge of the ring. You can also make this ring with 3mm rounds, and this is what it looks like. And when you're using 3mm rounds, you'll do 2 11s, 1 6, 2 11s all the way around. This one is done with 6/0C beads. I did this in my birthstone colors. It's like peridot, aurora borealis. So those are the different sizes you can use: 4mm faceted rounds, 3mm beads, and you can use 6/0C beads. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you the list of materials you're going to need to make this. The materials you're going to need to make this ring is going to be 3 feet of 8-pound test fishing line, 11/0C beads in 2 colors, 4 6/0C beads, and 6/0C beads are these ones here, going around the edges and the corners, and I used that in all of them. These are the rounds, and I used 4 in the corner, and I used 4 in that corner too. And you're also going to need 24 6/0C beads, like in this, the green ones, or 3mm rounds, like the pink ones in this, or 4mm faceted check glass beads, like these. Those are actually metal though. Something else that you need to know about this is if you're using the smaller, which these two are the same size, the green one's just a tad bit smaller. If you're going to use larger beads, like the 4s, it will be bigger on your finger. See the size? I really do like the size of this one. This one is closer to the heart ring. So those are all the materials that you're going to need to make this ring. So let's get started. Colored my string with permanent markers, and now I'm ready to pick up my beads. I'm going to pick up 4 E beads, also known as 6/0C beads, and cross through the 4th both strings, put my ends together, and bring that bead down to the center of my string. And now I have this. I'm going to take and pick up 1 green bead on each string, and then I'm going to cross through a green bead, just like this. And I'm going to take my black string and pick up 3 green beads this time. I'm making a turn, and I'm going to cross through my 3rd bead, pull it down, and now it looks like this. My strings are exiting out of this bead, going in this direction. So I'm going to make a square, like a picture frame, and I'm going to attach my work here to my bead mat so you can better see what I'm doing, like I did in my last tutorial. Okay, I put my needle through my bead mat, and I went through my 3 beads, and I'm going to take my red string and pick up a green bead, and my black a green bead, and then another green, 1 green, and cross through that, just like this. And I'm going to take and make another turn now. So I'm going to take my black string and pick up 3 beads and cross through the 3rd, like this. And now I'm going that way. I'm going to take both of my strings and pick up 1 green on each string, and then I'm going to cross through a green. Like that. And now I'm going to keep going this way, but I'm going to go down. So I'm making another turn. With my black string on my left hand. I'm going to pick up 3 beads, 3 E-beads, and cross through the last E-bead, third. Now, here. So, I'm going to take my red string, this is my red string, this one's my black. I'm going to pick up a seed bead. I'm going to go through this bead right here. Pull that through. And it's kind of hard to tell because it's sideways. I'm going to take my last bead and cross through it. Like this. So I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that. See? I'm going to take one of my strings. I'll take the red. I'm going to pick up a seed bead. I'm going to take this seed bead in my red string and go through this next bead right here. Just like that. Pull it through, and then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take another seed bead, 11 knot, and I'm going to go down this time through this one. And then it popped in a little hole. Now I'm going to take this string, the red string, and I'm going to go through this green seed bead here. And then I'm going to go up through this one. And now it looks like this. I'm going to take my black string, this string, pick up another seed bead, 11 knot, and I'm going to go through this bead right here. Just like that. Pick up my last, and I'm going to go through this green bead in this direction. Not the little silver 11 knot, just a green one. And now I have to take my black string and go through this one. And then I'm going to go down through this green bead here. Pull my ends, make sure they're tight, and now it should look like this. Just like that. Now I'm going to take my strings, exiting out this bead, and I'm going to go around the edge beads and reinforce my square and make it tighter so it'll puff, just like my heart puffs when I went around it. And take my black string, and I'm going to go through this green bead on the corner, and then I'm going to go through these 3 right here in the sides, through all 3. Then I'm going to go through these 2 green and exit through the center. This is a center bead, this one's a center, this one's a center, and now it's a center. This 2 here in the corners are my corners. Pull it out. Now I'm going to take my red string. It's going in this direction. And I'm going to go through this green bead, through these 3, I'm going to go down through these 2, just like that. And when you pull it, it puffs. So I'm going to flatten it back out so you can see what we're doing. And I'm going to pick up the rest of my seed beads to go around the edge that makes it look more decorative. I'm going to take my black string, this string, and I'm going to pick up 2 11s. Oh, and remember, if you're using 4mm rounds, which don't go any higher than 4mm. I tried it with 5 and it didn't work out. You would have to do a pendant if you wanted it any higher. So if you're doing with this with 4mm, you're going to have to pick up, like I said, 3 seed beads, 3 11s, 1 6, and 3 11s. But this is smaller, so I won't have to use as many 11s. And the same went for the 3mm round. I only had to do 2, the 6, and then 2 11s. So these two are the same. It's 3mm and the 6 seed beads. So I'm exiting out of this bead here, my center bead in the side, and my string is black. I'm going to pick up 2 11-aught seed beads, 1 6, 2 11s, slide them down, and I'm going to skip over these 2 beads in the corner, this one and that one, and I'm going to go through my center bead right here, just like that, and these beads will lay across the top. I'm going to do it again, 2 11s, 6, 2 11s, slide it down. I'm going to go through this 6 seed bead on the other side, just the one. Just like that. I'm going to take my other string, red string, pick up 2 11s, a 6, 2 11s, and I'm going to go through this E-bead right here. And because I'm attached to the table, it's hard to reach it, so I'm going to use tweezers. And it should lay like that. I'm going to pick up 2 more. 2 11s. 6-aught, also known as an E-bead. And 2 11s. Slide them down. And I'm going to go through this 6-aught seed bead here. Cross through it. Just like that. And now we should have this. And if I take my needle out and I pull my strings to tighten them, it puffs up and my corners are filled in, decoratively looking. And now I'm going to show you how to do the band. I'm going to do the same band that I do in a lot of my rings. It's my favorite band, the one with the squares. Okay, so I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads on each string. I'm going to do 2 silver, and then I'm going to cross through 2 green. Just like that. 2 silver again. And cross through 2 green. Pull them down, just like that. I'm going to do it again. 2 silver, and then 2 green, cross through them. I'll do it one more time. 2 silvers on each string. And then I'm going to cross through 2 greens. Keep doing this until you get to the length of your finger. I kept on going until I got to the length of my finger, and I have 2 seed beads on each string down here. And now I'm going to go through this E-bead right here, crisscrossing, so I can fill in my band. So I'm going to take one of my strings, I'm going to take my right's black, and I'm going to hold my red in my other hand so my beads don't fall off. And I'm going to go through this green bead right here. Just like that. Pull it through. And now I'm going to take my other string, and go through the same bead, but in a different direction. Almost get it. If you're having a tough time because these seed beads are in the way, you can use the tweezers. There I am. Just like that. Pull it, and now it should look like this. And now we can add in our seed beads right here in these gaps to fill it in, so our ring isn't all smushed like that. I'm going to take one of my strings, doesn't matter which, because we're doing it to both sides, and I'm going to go through these two seed beads right here in the side. Pull it through, pick up one 11-aught, and go through these two right here. Do it again, one 11-aught, and go through these two. I'm going to keep going. 1 11-aught, go through these two. Pick up 11-aught, go through two more. Just like that. I'm going to take my other string, go through these two right here. Pick up an 11-aught to fill in this gap. Go through these two seed beads. And I'm going to go the whole length of the ring, filling in all these gaps in between, so my ring is not all squishy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how to tie the ring off. Alright, so my strings are over here, exiting out the silver beads, just like that. And I have to get both of these strings to crisscross through each other, by each other, through this bead. And that will be a little tough because these seed beads here are kind of stopping me from doing that. So I'm going to take my band and turn it inside out. So my ring's inside out like this. Then I'm going to take one of my strings. Let me see this one. Here's my right and this one's my left. I'm going to get it to go through this green bead here. I might have to use the tweezers for this. Okay, there it goes. I'm going to push it through the rest of the way with my tweezers. And then my threads over here. Pull that through. And now I'm going to do the same thing with my red string. I'm going to go through this bead. Oops, I lost it. Push it through the rest of the way with my tweezers. And try to pull these seed beads here, the gray silverish ones, out of the way so I can push it through. It's right there, I just can't grab the end. Oh, there it goes. Just like that. So now they're both exiting out of there. So make sure you have some good tweezers for this. And you probably want some larger holes in your beads. I'm going to flip my work back over. Just like this. my strings are coming out the way they're supposed to. I'm gonna tighten them up, make sure this is round. And now I'm gonna tie half-hitch knots, just like I do with all my rings, and my bracelets too. I'm just gonna fold that over a little bit. I'm gonna go through this one seed bead, like this. I'm using my red string. We're gonna do this for both. I'm gonna go down like this, under those beads, and there's a thread there. And I'm gonna use my tweezers to grab the end of my thread, and I'm gonna go through this loop here twice. I'm gonna pull my knot string just like this, so my knot will land where I need it to, right here in this gap. Pull my string tight. Then I'm gonna go through this next bead. And tie another half-hitch knot by going under here. And grab it with my tweezers and go through the loop twice. Pull it so my knot will land where I need it to, right here. And I'm going to go through this bead and then tie a knot here, then through this bead and tie a knot here, and I'm just going to go around and reinforce it. And you got to do the same on this side. And that is my ring. I hope you guys like this. It was a little tough to go through there, but it's not too bad if you have tweezers. And don't be afraid to bend your work, because this string is so strong it's not going to break. So I hope you guys like this, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm going to try to make more videos of things that I've created on my own to show what I've known. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have some inspiration. And especially if you don't have certain materials, you can't make certain things. And I like that a lot of the stuff that I make, it's with basic materials like 11-aught seed beads and 6-aught seed beads. Those are the most plentiful seed beads out there, the most popular sizes. So thanks again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll make you some more videos. Goodbye, guys.